back to the side.
Morning, folks.
Morning.
We haven't got up to say today.
No. We're going out today anyway.
We're off to Mick and Jane's.
Yeah. We're going to meet some other friends of theirs.
Oh, yeah,
Mick
we
and
are.
Jane's, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a
get together.
get together.
Yeah.
Right,
put a dress on.
Pat's got a pretty dress on.
A pretty dress on.
Yeah. Black tights. Very nice.
There you go. Ernie's out having a wander.
You might hear him clattering about.
Yeah. When we finish this, I'm going to give him a strawberry, just one, when I've washed up. I
must remember to take the roundhouse.
You're sick of seeing it, aren't you? Hey dear.
I completely forgot about that. I've seen it, I didn't see it. You can tell how much editing I do. Just make a video, whip it on and whip it up. I don't do any editing. It's all what you see is what you get. Do you remember that term, Wswyg?
Wswyg?
Wswyg.
No.
Yeah, in the 90s, when in early computer days, they used to call, well, it was, in between DOS and Windows.
Wswyg. Oh, well, having not had a lot to do with computers, I won't know terms anyway.
Well, I remember I had a computer, it was an apricot, believe it or not. And it had the operating system on it were called Gem. Didn't have any colour. I think it was like a greeny coloured screen. And the difference between DOS and Gem was that you could have more than one window open at a time. Of course, that's what the difference between Windows and DOS was, isn't it? With DOS, a disk operating system, you had to, you could only have one window open at once. So if you wanted to move from one thing to another, you had to close that and open up something else. Whereas when Windows came on the scene, you could have 2 or even 3 windows open at once, so you could just click from one to other without closing down and opening up.
All right.
And Gem it was a bit sort of like a precursor to Windows, I think. And I remember the expression Wswyg from them days, because I don't know, it could have been to do with batch files. I remember writing batch files back in them days to make DOS do things automatically.
Do you know?
It's like a sort of programming language.
I can't remember how many devices this man has had. Different devices doing different things. And I remember when we were, in his, don't know, 50s? He used to say to me, why haven't they invented this yet? Why haven't they invented this yet? It was like when they were in the probably 30s, he used to say to me, why haven't they invented a man bag? And I'd say, well, I don't know, Trevor. Women have handbags. He said, yeah, but men need things to put things in as well. So I made him a little pouch made of, I think it was leather, wasn't it? made it
Yeah,
over,
yeah,
like a
suede,
skinny
suede sort of
Aye,
stuff.
suede.
Used to keep me dope in it.
Hey God, what am I going to do with him?
Oh, dear.
Oh dear. Yeah, I made him a little bag. And then, what about 15, 20 years later, out come the man bag.
Yeah.
Now everybody's got a man bag just about.
Yeah, and I used to go around computer shops looking for mobile computers.
Mm.
And they had mobile phones, but not
Oh,
what we
big
now
things,
now call smartphones. I didn't, and I used to say to them, "You got anything that I could do this with? You know, mobile, like a computer."
Yeah.
No, not like that.
I
No,
remember you having a little thing like this, and it had
it
it was like a keyboard in it.
It was brilliant. It was made by Sharp. It was a little tiny laptop, and it were in colour, and it had Windows. It had Windows CE.
Oh, I don't know.
I think the operating system were called Windows CE. Can't remember what the CE stood for. And it were a beautiful thing.
I remember at one time we had a drawer full of these different computer things, and
Well, I used to have a sat nav that was a black and white thing, and it just had a dot that followed the road. When you were driving down the road, you could see yourself driving down this map. It didn't have a voice. I kept driving round trying to make it do different things. So I messed about with early versions all them years ago.
yeah.
Yeah, that's you see. I mentioned Wswyg because when I upload videos, I don't edit them. They just get that, except for that one where I put the roundhouse pictures at roundhouse in, and so that were a bit of editing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, no gets edited. Yeah.
Oh dear.
So we haven't got a lot to say today.
No.
In fact, yesterday I had my head buried because ever since, well, for the last, where can I start? For 20 odd years, I used to use a finance app for managing my money called Money. It was brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. It did everything I want. It was like a mobile version of Windows Money. I used to think, wow. When I discovered Windows Money, I used to think, wow, this is fantastic. I know what I'll have in 10 years' time. And you could put, if you were thinking of buying a car, and you thought, now shall I pay for it by cash or shall I get it on credit? I could put the alternatives into it to see what the eventual outcome would be with the capital.
Yeah.
I used to experiment. I thought it was brilliant. And Windows Money were just like that, only in a little on your phone. Brilliant. And then 2 years ago, it just wouldn't operate anymore. The Windows Money had stopped updating the app, and with all the changes to the operating systems and changes of phones, won't operate anymore. So I downloaded one alternative, and I've been using that for the last 2 years, but I've discovered it's not accurate. It's telling me misinformation. It's not telling me right. I like to know what's going to happen in the future. Most of these money apps, they'll only tell you what's happened in the past, but they won't tell you what's happening in the future. And yesterday, I thought, I'm fed up with this app. It's not accurate. It's not telling me what I need to know. So I spent all day, and I went through about 10 maybe. Downloaded 10 apps and uninstalled them. I tried them, they didn't work, they won't do it. And eventually I found one that, not as good as AN Money. I don't think I'll ever find one as good as that. I mean, maybe if I were prepared to pay £100 a year or something daft, I'd find one, but I'm not. Being a mercenary Yorkshireman, have to suffer. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what he was doing all day yesterday.
Well, I haven't sort of spent much time on YouTube. I haven't thought about things.
Yeah, you've been thinking about that, haven't you?
I know gold's gone up.
Yeah, gold's gone up.
I knew you'd know about it, Paul. I knew you'd be following it. Yes, it's doing well. Because the country's in recession, maybe they don't trust the... Well, what can you trust now?
Oh, gosh.
Can you trust anything? But even talking about... I don't know. Am I a conspiracy theorist? I don't know whether I am or not, but I watched a friend of mine, well, a friend of ours, sent me a video last night, slow motion of that bridge collapse. And they were saying there were explosions on
the bridge,
about 5 points, just as the ship hit the abutment, the thing that the pier, one of the piers, when it just at that point, it showed you these flashes on different points along the bridge, as though there were explosives there that had been detonated. Well, you can't trust anybody now, can you? Yeah, there's so many lies and deceits now. You can almost believe it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like...
Tracy, she's had a problem with her eye. She rang. She eventually did hung out on the phone. You've got to be determined to get an answer from our surgery. You've got an ultimate commitment and be prepared to stand waiting for I don't know how long for them to answer. Move up the queue. Eventually, she got the receptionist and she told her about her eye. She wanted to see a doctor about her eye. And the receptionist says, go to A&E or go to a walk-in clinic in Temple Newsham.
Yeah, Temple Newsham.
Temple Newsham, other side, way over the other side of Leeds. Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah. Well, I think there were 3 walk-in clinics, and they were all absolutely miles away.
Nowhere near here.
No.
That's what.
And I mean, they sent me one of these bowel kits. Now, I told them last time I didn't want any. I didn't want them to send me them. And they said, all right, yeah, testing kit. And anyway, they sent me a letter saying they were going to send me one, and then they sent me it. And I haven't done it because I don't see the point myself. And then they're chasing me to have these blood pressure tablets. And I said, they're doing all this, and yet you can't get to see your own doctor.
Yeah.
You can't ring and make an appointment to see him.
No. No.
You're either waiting in a blooming queue that's running your money out on your phone.
When you get through to them,
yeah.
they tell you to go to A&E. They used to go mad if you went to A&E at one time.
Yeah.
And now they're telling you to go.
I think they've got that many patients that...
And what's... They send out these bowel testing kits. If they found that you had it, there's people in
a queue waiting.
There's in the news today a little girl who had her operation cancelled 7 times.
Wow.
She's got a spinal curvature.
Oh, heck.
And now it's bent so much they can't operate on it.
Wow.
And yet they send you out testing kits. And what's they going to do if you've got it?
Yeah.
Put you on this eternal waiting list.
That's disgusting, because that could have helped her life.
Well,
I hope they're going to sue them.
It's interfering with the bowels, her
Stomach.
internal organs.
Right.
Yeah, it's...
Could be deadly.
Yeah, yeah.
It's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what's... I mean, if a little girl like that, with something as serious as that, can't get an operation...
Yeah. What are they going to be interested in us?
Yeah, what hope is there?
No.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Really is. I mean, it's like this. Trevor's trying to get hold of a mechanic. Where are they all? What happened to them? You used to have apprenticeships for mechanics and things, and everything seems to be going haywire, doesn't it?
It does,
Nobody seems to be taking these jobs up.
No. They're all going to uni. Or going down the academic route, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, all right. Who is it? Grandson. He went down the proper route of getting an apprenticeship and then working for him, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a fully qualified mechanic.
Yeah.
The trouble is, that you've got to find a place that has a high enough, that's high enough to cope with a motorhome.
Yeah.
Not just any garage. So you are restricted. I have found one up Green Gates way on the map where I need to go drive to it to have a look at it. See the van that could cope with the van. It looks like they could on Google Earth. I've had a look.
And that'd be a good one, because you can get a bus.
Right, to Green Gates.
To Green Gates and back. And
well, it's not right. It's to drive
further up.
You to turn left at Green Gates and drive up a way. But I don't know. I'm going to have a look at it.
Right.
Because the click mechanics don't seem to be able to, other than that one in Bradford, which I'm not paying
charges.
This silly
Mission charge.
ULEZ fee. I'm not. I don't even know how you pay it anyway, but I'm not going to pay it. So, I'm not doing that. So we weren't going to talk today.
No.
We didn't have what to say a minute ago.
No.
And we've had a rant.
Another rant. We're always ranting.
We'll be getting in trouble with these rants.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, if you can't say what you want at our age, when can you?
Well, no, you can't say what you want now. No. Freedom of speech has gone down tube.
Well.
Oh, well.
I'm going to wash up and
We'll get the sound ready to get off to mix.
Lost Ernie. Can't hear him banging. Oh, I can see him. In cupboard over there.
Just a minute, I'll show you. Hello, Ernie. How you doing? Come to a halt.
He's a good boy, aren't you? Who's a good boy, Ernie?
Okay, folks. See you tomorrow. Maybe it's Saturday. Oh, no.
Bye.
No, it
It's
isn't.
Friday.
Oh, I don't know what day it is. Oh, see you tomorrow, all being well. Bye,
Bye.
folks.
Bye.